My goal for in the next couple of years is to own a Tesla car. That's my goal. That's why I have it, the little Tesla sign, the Tesla Model 3 in the background of my poster that I ordered.
I like
That's
that.
yes, my goal is to, for when I have the money to get a Tesla car, that's going to be like to show that I've come this far. I've come up here, a Tesla Model 3 or whatever the new one is at the time.
Mate, that's smooth. We was riding one the other day. It's one of the work guys have got one, and it's just they're so smooth. Like they are good cars. I'd love a Tesla. They're very nice cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah, I never seen them in, I don't know about down where you live, but in Dublin here, they were nowhere to be seen, nowhere in Ireland, and all of a sudden the last couple of months, I don't mean a curse, but they're fucking everywhere. Like I think there's three on my road.
They're loving them. Say where I live, we've actually got one of the Tesla garages where you buy them, and ever since I don't know if it just appeared there or I just noticed it was there, but I noticed it was there one day. Then the year afterwards, I just started seeing them everywhere, and we got the charging ports all over the place around there. It's mad actually how big they are around there. Right. Okay. So yeah, the next question is, are you full time? Have you got plans to go full time? And what's like the future that you want with trading? Like, what do you want to get out of it?
I want the whole idea of just being able to bring your work with you anywhere in the world on your phone or your laptop. Just bring it anywhere. You're not stuck to a 2 weeks holidays a year thing, and like you have to be stuck in one location to go to work. I love the idea of how you can travel around, because I want to travel around the world and all there as well. I'm 20 years old in 2 days. So when I'm older, I want to travel around the world. And I know to do that. If I was trading, it would just fit perfectly. I wouldn't have to worry about money or finding a work. I'd have my laptop with me, and I'd be okay.
Mate, we're on the same wavelength. That's my dream. I love traveling. I've had a bit of a taste of doing it. When like everyone was furloughed, I just flew out to Malta, and it was just it was just nice. At the time, it was easy. I was doing like swing trading, and I didn't really need that much money, so I could kind of earn enough money. I was just like sat in cocktail bars, sat on the beach, just like finding little. Not even. I don't think I was even using leverage. I can't remember. But I was literally just putting swing trades on. And I said to myself, I'm taking photos, I'm making videos, and I'm going to get a taste of that life. So every time that I'm down and I feel like, I don't want to do this, I just get my phone out and I look at the videos. And when I was like traveling around and doing it, and I was like, okay, yeah, right, that's it. Get back into gear. Because, like you said, being able to just do what you want and not have to worry about work, just open your laptop up. Granted, you might be somewhere where you might have to get up at 3 in the morning because of the time zones, but mate, I can deal with that. Like it is literally the dream, and a lot of people
Yeah,
don't have that mindset today. And the a lot of my friends are like, what do you want that for? I'm like, I'm not programmed for this normal life. I don't think.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I almost like not. I think two of my friends, they do trade, and they're in Tom's course as well. But the most of my friends, they don't really understand it. They support me, but they're like, is that a real job? And it riles me up. Sorry, I was about to swear. It riles me up. And like, yes, it is. They make 10 times the amount of money you'll make doing a normal job. And but they don't get it. But like, I know they will eventually. And they're they're happy to do the 9 to 5 job, which there's nothing wrong with. Of course, some people are happy to do that, but I personally am not.
Yeah, same. I want more out of life than being stuck in the same job. And I've got nothing against people that do that because people want to build and have that foundation and that base. But me, the way I am, I can be happy not to have that much of a base. And if you've got money anyway, you could probably get a home somewhere, where you live or somewhere where you want. So you've got somewhere as a kind of HQ, and then you just gone. And I understand that the excitement of that might wear off in a few years, and I guess that's when you find something else to do or the next thing. Because I've spoke to a lot of
Yeah,
people about it, and they say, oh, well, you do it for a few years, and then you get a bit like bored of traveling, and I'll be like, yeah, but then I'd move somewhere, to my favorite place. That's like the big goal, and then just live a nice simple life, man.
a nice above average life is what people want, isn't it?
Money, people say, well, money's the root of all evil, but the greed for money is the root of all evil. But money can make you more comfortable,
Mm.
definitely.
Exactly. Whenever people always say to me, they go, Kieran, money doesn't buy happiness. You know that? Like, yeah, no, it doesn't buy happiness. I get that, but it gives you comfort. It gives you, yeah, if you, it gives you a higher chance of having happiness, I guess, and gives comfort for you or your family or whoever you have to take care of. It's financial comfort, and that goes a long way.
Especially things like not having debts, not having to worry. Like money's a stress, isn't it? And for it to not be a stress, and I guess the other thing with it as well, I'd want to do good things as well. So if you're not working and you're trading, I'd use the rest of my time to maybe help other people. I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas, but it gives you the time to actually live life and not worry about work. Like you said, take 2 weeks holiday a year and then do nothing and then have an absolute blowout on the weekend because you're stressed all week. I just want an easy life, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Yeah,
be like that.
yeah, and yeah, that's the same. That's why I'm doing the YouTube same as you. I want to teach other people. When I want to, that's why I started a YouTube channel there 3 weeks ago. And so in maybe 2 years time or so, when I feel like you've earned the right to teach and like you achieved enough in the stock market to feel like you can help others learn, it goes a long way, because then you're helping them to do the same thing, and it's money in the pocket as well.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? As like being part of like, our generation as well. It's like I think it's important to have these things 'cause we're not taught these things in school, and I think like being able to do it breaks you away from the system, and like you're able to live your life in a different way. And I think getting
Mm,
anybody and getting them onto this, I think it's important that we spread this kind of knowledge like to a lot of people because the more people that know about this, the more people that can live a more comfortable life. Like I've got a guy that I speak to on Instagram that's from Sierra Leone, and the guy like he was saying it's mad the way he trades. He's learning to trade. He like goes to this internet cafe. He lives in like a quite a poor area, and he's like just trying to escape poverty just through trading. And like he's always messaging, man. I just find his story mad. Like he's actually going to come on the channel about it, but like that's going to change his life when he can do this. He can get his family and that into a better area because he wants to stay where he's living, but he wants to move to like the nicer side and change, be
mm.
that change in his generation, so his kids and their kids can have a better quality of life.
I am. It's beyond me how the amount of I'm doing a business course at the moment in college, where it's beyond me the thousands of business courses there are, and but there's no course talking about success, or there's no subjects in school like in my school we had accounting, economics, and business, but there's never anything about money. You're never taught about money, what to do with money, what's good habits to do with your money, how to save money, how to make it. Do you know what I mean? And because the job of school is it's for you to get a job when afterwards. It's not to become rich or to it's to get a job. It's not to be able to live an above average life. It's to live an average life and have a job. It's I think it's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like how the job is to get you, prepare you for getting a job and earn money rather than to learn about money and to make it. you know what I mean? Because entrepreneurs need to know how money works, but employees don't. Right? Their managers and the government take care of that. Employees don't need to know anything about money. But entrepreneurs do. They need to figure out how to make it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I got this app on my phone that I was telling my friends they're not interested in risking, their livelihood to pursue something like trading. But I said to them, if you put £200 a month into this app, right, the compound interest by the time you're 55, it'll be nearly, I think it was just under £1 million. And I was like, you don't have to learn all this investing stuff. You just need to be taught from day dot to at least invest 10, 20% of your earnings into a fund. It's just that simple. And like you ain't got to worry about like pensions or anything when you're older. You can retire a bit early and then you've got money. And that's like a bit of a nest egg then, maybe for your children if you don't use it or whatever. But nobody's taught that. I mean, I get this. We are kind of learning about it now, but man, I'm 25 and no one's ever told me that until I found it myself. And if somebody did, I would have done that from day dot. And I worked out how much money I would have had by now. And it's like, I could have had enough to with the compound to put a deposit down on a house and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
if I didn't save up through working, at least I would have had that. I'm lucky that I managed to save up anyway. But if I would have put those savings into a fund, would have been lovely.
yeah. And it's to get your money to make babies and make more money. That's the goal, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly, man. So true. So while we're on the topic as well, I'll skip the question and I'll go back. So this question is a bit of a non-trading related question, which is like, other than trading, is there anything else you want to pursue within like the kind of business, sector kind of thing?
Yeah, John, I really want to get into property. Property is something like it really interests me. I know nothing about how it works. I don't know how you value property, um, anything like that. But I know like anyone that I know that does property, like they're making very good money. My uncle does property, and he's definitely the most richest person in my family. He's it's something I definitely want to look at in the future. Property when I have the money to do so, but I'll need to learn first. And it's great that I have someone close to me like my uncle, where I can he can bring me out if he's looking at different properties. He can bring me out with him, and we'll look together. He can give me tips and all that stuff.
I work for like the family business and they do like HMOs for people. And I seen this guy, our client, who's like, he's quite young and his parents give him a bit of money. And what he's done, his parents went, I'll go and buy a property. So he brought a property, turned it into a HMO. And that was how we first started. So he come to us and says, oh, I've got 34 houses. I want you guys to convert them into HMOs. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? So I started talking to him and I started writing down like, how much did you rent them for? How much you buy the house for? Okay, we're renovating them for this much money. And I worked out how much money you'd make a month. And I was like, oh my God, like if I can trade, get a pot of money,
Yeah,
buy a few properties, make them into HMOs, that is literally an ATM. Like the amount of money that you make. I seen this guy and I was just
mm,
like, you need to do a course or something telling people this. It's literally nuts. The way he started with one property and it was just like, instead of getting £700 a month rent, he's, changed it into, I think, 5 rooms in the first one, £300 a room each. And it's just
mm,
like, it's just crazy, especially
yeah.
in a student area. You're guaranteed to get the tenants in as well. And I was like, that is what I want to get into, HMOs.
Do you know what it is as well? It's like almost real life Monopoly. Like there's many ways to make money, right? There's many different formulas, if you want to call it, for making money. But one of the best ones is through a game of Monopoly, but playing Monopoly in real life, right? Four greenhouses, one red hotel. So, I mean, it's like kind of looking at the different properties, maybe in one area. Buy one there, buy one there, buy one over here, buy one back there, and you're building all you before you even know you're building up all these bits of land, and then you can build the hotel. No, I'm not saying actually build a hotel, but it property is definitely one of the best formulas for making money, for making big sums of money. You know, if you just play real life Monopoly.
I like that. I really like that. That is a very good
Yeah,
way of thinking about it.
yeah, it's yeah, I stole it off Rich Dad Poor Dad. If people really want to know.
I don't even remember that being in there. That was my first book. That was that I read.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, what's Robert? What hedge? I don't know. Hedge of his last name.
Kiyosaki. I like that because if you think about it, the
Mm.
money being on the side kind of represents there's trillions and trillions and trillions of money in the world, and all we want to do is just scoop a tiny little bit and pull it our way. That's all we need. You know what I mean? Just a tiny, 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 minute percentage of it, just our way. And there's, like you said, there's many ways to funnel it, and trading is a good way to start. But at the same time, true financial freedom comes when you don't do nothing and you just keep getting those paychecks or whatever through a fund or property, whatever way you do it. That is like the goal, man.
Yeah, yeah. It is. You just said there, um, Rich Dad Poor. That's the first book you read, and it was actually the first book I read as well. I have it here beside me. It's the first book I read as well. I was just about to say to you, what books have you read recently, like around this kind of maybe you're about your psychology or success or money and stuff like that. What kind of books have you been reading, if any?
Yeah, I'm big on the books, especially audio books as well. I got this where is it? I got this thing called Headway, and it's an
Oh yeah,
app, and on it, right, it will give you all like the top books, and you get a 15-minute summary of like the main points at the book, 15 to 20 minutes. So any book that I want to read, I'll check it out on there first, get the summary, and I've just been going through loads of them. So I've got loads on my list, but I've just read 50 Cents. I forgot the name of it. Get Rich, something like that book. It was a really good book. I thought, let me
get
read.
rich or die trying, is it?
That's the one. Yes, and I thought, let me try a
Yeah,
book non-trading related because I've read all the trading ones, like literally all of them, and I got sick of them. All of the Mark Douglas's books, that other dude, Neil something, and all those. And I thought I need something different, so I read that, and I swear to God, it is one of the best books, especially if you listen to the audio book as well. Because I sometimes I listen to the audio book and read it if it's a really deep book to try and get it in there. You know what I mean? It's a really good book, man. What about yourself?
mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I one of my goals for 2021 was to just read 12 books throughout the year. And we're in March and I've read five already, John. So I'm ahead of schedule. So like yeah, I'm the same as you. I tried to make it as part of my morning ritual. So I'd get up and I'd trade the footsie, and then afterwards then I'd read for 30 minutes every day. And you'd be surprised how quick you can finish a book when if you stick to that. Like you could finish a book within 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks by doing that. But I'm the same as you. I have Audible, and I've read 7 books on Audible. I've read 4 this year, and then I finished Rich Dad Poor Dad, um, Grant Cardone, the 10x rule, just because Lewis kept yapping about it, and I had to see what the sus was about it. No, sorry, not Lewis. Tom. Tom kept yapping about it, and I had to see what it was all about. Yeah, there's some great books out there. So I definitely, for people wanting to do trade and I just look for something to do, definitely recommend reading, because you couldn't beforehand. There wasn't a chance in how you could make me sit down and read. But now there's actually very few things that are better than a good book.
Mate, totally agree with that. I was not interested in reading before or anything like that, but now it's
No.
it's something that I want to pursue. I'm got like, I know this is a bit bad, but I did download loads of the audiobooks, and somebody sent me a a torrent with literally thousands and thousands of books in. So I've got like loads of those, but actually the ones that I really liked, I kind of thought, I'm gonna buy the book. So I just bought them, and then it's kind of good as well. You know, like I always say, you can judge a person
Mm.
by what books they've got on their shelves. So I always make sure I've got a nice selection of books. So when somebody comes round for the first time, you're like, oh, check out my books, man. And like I've
Yeah,
got a mad mix of books I have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The yeah, my books went from like just looking here, my books went from Darren Shan and Diary of a Wimpy Kid because that was really the last time I read a book when I was in when I was about 10 or 11 to like the richest just off me Audible here, The Richest Man in Babylon, Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort, which is actually a very good book. Unleash the Power Within by Tony Robbins, The Compound Effect. I'm reading that at the moment. There's some great books there that for people to read.
Yeah, I like the compound effect's a good one. And I tell you what's an interesting read, which is I did this before trading, is really
Mm,
reading some religious texts, like especially like a lot of Buddhist texts and Hindu texts, with just the way that they speak about like life and stuff like that, and especially like the meditation side of it and certain things are really good at teaching kind of how to look at material things and how to control your emotions. And the other day I just picked up one of my buddy's books and I was reading it, and it was telling you like how to, like how we're all human and how we've all got emotions and we all think like bad things, in the sense that we all get upset, we all have anger towards other people, and like Buddhist people, they try and control that. And kind of, like if you break your phone, you'd be upset because you broke your phone. They try and think as well, there's nothing you can do about it, so why think bad things and mess up your own mind for something you can't control? And I thought I like that. So I started applying it to my trading. So now when I get a loss, I try and see it as it's happened. There's nothing I can do about it. I had my risk management and just leave it at that and move on to the next day.
mm. Yeah, because like the way we trade, it's not 100% strategy. Do you know what I mean? It's a strategy where it's like there's an 85, 90% kind of success rate, 80 to 85% success rate. So there'll be times where you follow the strategy like point to point, but it still won't go your way. And that's because like the stock market still does its own thing and sometimes it just won't follow the strategy. Like it's better when you just completely follow the strategy than you don't, and it still doesn't go your way. At least you know yourself that you followed everything and you kept your risk management in place. You looked for everything you usually look for before entering the trade.
Yeah, it's kind of like I've always said, if you've done everything by the book, it's not your fault. It's the market not playing ball. And then you can't blame yourself. If you've done everything right, you've stuck to your strategy, you can just think, okay, the market's not playing ball. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like in a game of football. You're trying all these skills, and sometimes you pull them off, and sometimes you won't. It's just
Yeah, very true, mate. Very true. So that gets to the last question, which is broke up into three bits. Again, I've tried to be like, obviously it's my first one that I'm doing, so I've tried to ask questions like that are a bit kind of thinking outside the box. So the three questions is like, what's your biggest realization, what's your biggest fear, and what's the biggest lesson you've learned to do with trading?
so. The first one, what's the first one again? Biggest realization.
Yeah,
So I really didn't know that like trends and thing were a thing. Like they were a thing. I didn't like. I was seeing so many things with people like the horizontal lines and stuff. And I was like, what's that? Like, what are you doing that for? Like, what's that do again? Then the people be explaining was like, no, like it's a pattern, and they're constantly doing patterns, and history repeats itself in the stock market. I was like, no, no, that's wrong. That doesn't make any sense. Like stock doesn't care about your trends. It'll do whatever it wants. It doesn't matter. And then they were telling me, no, you're wrong. And then I was looking through like different things on YouTube. And I was looking at Ricky Gutierrez. Is that how you pronounce it? Ricky
I think
Gutierrez.
so.
And yeah, I think he's probably the most subscribed trader on YouTube, I'd say. Maybe I'm wrong there, I don't know, but he's a prime example of someone who does the trends, he does the indicators, and 100% it works from. He's a multi-millionaire because of it. And so I was completely proven wrong on that point. That's probably one. My biggest fear, I think it has. I hope I'd say most 90% of traders would agree with me. Is my biggest fear is blowing my account.
Yeah.
it's just, you know what I mean? It's just one day just lose the head and you place 20 trades and you just blow the entire account. But you know, like I think every successful trader that I know of at the moment has blown their account. Like I remember we've asked Tom a few times, and Tom said he's blown his account 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Zed as well. Zed said once that he lost in the space of a couple of minutes he lost 4,500 and blew his account. Um, Sambora as well. I think I heard him in a video saying he blew his like and but they're all great traders. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a learning curve. I think because I know I've done it, and I think well to an extent, but I think the fact that they tell us that as well might mean that we might not have to go through that lesson. But I think you have to get some kind of big loss in to be able to take the next punch in
Mm,
the face. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But do you know what? Actually, another little fear of mine is that I end up just not being a successful trader, and then sometimes I'm like, what if it's not? You know, what if I actually don't become a very good trader? And then next thing, then I'd stay up for an hour or two awake in bed. I'm just like trying to picture not doing trading, and the thought of being part of that. You know, when you log onto your broker, it says 75% of people that use this platform lose money, and that's what it says in IG index anyway. And I'm just like, I don't want to be part of that 75%. It's like or like I don't want to. I really don't. And I think one of my biggest fears is being part of that 75%.
Don't forget as well the other 15%. Um, 10 of that percent are only break even traders. So 5% is
Yeah,
where
yeah,
we want to be. But then even only 1% of those actually make a decent profit. And I
I
think
know.
it's down to the education system because I know traders that just slap on trades with no risk management or anything. I know a lot of people that do that. So I definitely think we're at the right place.
Yeah, yeah. I have this one friend, and he knows who he is if he's watching this video, and he trades the Dow Jones quite often. And fair play to him. He started with 1,000, and he actually managed to bring that account up to 2,000. But it roils me up the walls because he has zero, and I mean zero risk management. He places a trade on the Dow Jones, and it's a 1,000 euro account, and I've seen him go down 600 euro. Like that's 60% of your entire account, and he will not exit the trades. I'm just like, you're taking the bloody piss. You are. Exit the trade. Just take the loss. You know, you've lost 60% of your account. And he's like, no. I was like, I'm not. Why would I give away free money? It's like, and I'd be looking at him like, what? And he'd hold it, and then the next day he'd be up about 50 euro, and he'd make money because he'd hold it, and it drives me up the wall. It makes me so angry, but he keeps making money off it. I keep saying, I was like, your luck is gonna fucking run out. It's gonna run out. It's gonna run out, and you're gonna blow your account. And you know what? It did run out, and he did blow his account. And I said so. I told you so. I told you.
It's one of those things, isn't it? I know people that have gone for months with no risk management, and then that one day, gone. That's it. All it
It
takes is that one
it
day.
wipes it, yeah. And I relish that day because it brings them back to the world. They think they're in their own little world. They're brilliant traders, and really their luck has just been going their way, and then eventually ran out.
I think that relates to recently as well, with a lot of people just even like long term trading, just throwing money in the bull market. I think the correction, and I think what's coming, especially with the Reddit stuff, this is like true trading now when you've really got to kind of learn the market sentiment. You've really got to know what you're doing. You can't just throw money at stocks now, like we have been, like, not we, but as in like a community, we've just been throwing at like just Microsoft, eBay, all the tech stocks, all the EV stocks, and then before you know it,
Mm,
Workhorse collapsed, Neo corrected, Tesla corrected, and then all these analysts are saying, "Oh, it's going to zero." And I just learned two things from that, which is don't listen to people on the internet, And don't listen to analysts either, because they're terrible traders. They're terrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think people need to realize, and I'm definitely a victim for doing that one a few times. Often than not, maybe you'd lose much more money than you'd like on your account. Oh, so say if you're set, say if you have €1,000 account, and you go down to maybe 600 quid, and then you decide to put in, and you're just not being consistent. You're getting greens here and there, but it's mostly reds, and just a bad spell. Right, every trader goes through it, and you convince yourself, you brainwash yourself into thinking if you add more money into the account, things are going to change. You're going to start getting profits and everything like that. If you just need to, you really just do need to be you just need to be consistent. You need to be disciplined with your trades, and you need to be patient. Right, it's not going to come off. It's not going to start working for you off the bat. So you need to be patient with it. You need to give it time. Start off with a demo. Um, if you're going through a bad patch, maybe you've been trading a while. If you're going through a bad patch, go back to demo. Get your top confidence back up. Don't just keep letting yourself lose trades. Um, keep honest to God, something that really did change my trading is keeping notes, writing down your trades, keeping track of what's working and what's not working. And if something's not working, stop doing it. Do you know, if you're great at trading at 230 and you're bad at swing trading and your swing trading is making you lose half of your profits, stop swing trading. Focus on one thing. And then when you get very good at that and your profits are going great for you, and you're being consistent, then go back, look at your swing trading or whatever it is that's going wrong for you. Practice on a demo account, get your confidence up with that, and tell yourself like you know what you're doing, because it's about your self image as well. I don't know if you've read Psycho Cybernetics, another book that Tom loves. It's all about your self image and how your self image actually affects um, how well you do at something. Do you know what I mean? It starts with your self image, and then that self image kicks in with your confidence and how well you do at something. So I definitely say the biggest lesson is just staying composed and just patient. The profits will come when the market says Georgia's sticking around. It'll start like this fella's just not leaving, or we'll start giving them some profits. Like the world has a weird way of working where if you just keep going at something and you don't give up, you will eventually get what you're looking for.
I like that. It's very true, that is. And I've just started that Psycho Cybernetics literally last weekend. And it's bang
Yeah,
on what you're saying, mate. I like that way of thinking.
yeah. I'm on chapter 5 of it. It's very good. Yeah, it's a very good book. Yeah, Tom. It's another one that Tom loves. I think he's read it a few times.
Yeah, yeah. He always mentions it. So I thought, you know what? If he mentions it all the time, it must be good. Definitely. But yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for coming on, mate. And I'll put a link to
no
your
worries.
channel in
Thanks
the
for having me.
description. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. And yeah, hopefully we'll do another one in the future. And
Definitely, it was. Yeah, definitely, it was fun.
yeah, man, we'll see how do like a catch up one of progress.
Definitely, yeah,
Nice one, mate. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it,
yeah.
especially for being the first one as well, man. Really appreciate it, mate.
No worries at all, man. Happy to be here. Need to grow. Need to get the channels growing.
That's it, mate. We'll work together. That's what I like.
100%, of course.
All right, nice one, mate. I'll catch you in a bit.
Cheers. Thank you.
See you later, mate. Peace. So there you have it. That was the first episode of Trading an Inside Look. If you made it to the end, thank you. I really appreciate it. And also thank you and big respect to Kieran for coming on. Peace out and see you in the next one. The next one, I've got a very, very, very special guest. See you in the next one.
Loud.